So also check with the building department and what's the square footage that is required for you to build a home, because in certain areas there's certain requirements that they have for you to build a home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so with that being said, want to ask you guys two questions. One of them is, how can I leverage my S corp and create other streams of income when as a real estate agent? I see, and I paid with the coaching, and there's this guy that he does cleaning. Sometimes I use cleaning services when I sell a home, and when I'm ready to hand keys out, the seller end up leaving all this trash out, and I have to call like an emergency guy to come and clean out. Um, the other one is I just recently met this lady who says that she started her real estate business because she offered her services as state state to do like state sales. And I do come across those situations where maybe my clients, their parents passed. But what other ideas would you guys have for me, um, specifically for real estate?
Um, so you have an LLC with S Corp. That's, irrelevant, but you have an LLC. So I would look at, so you have a lot of different things. You got real estate agent, you got real estate investor, you got real estate wholesaler, you got general contractor, you want to get into the appraisal business, you have Airbnb, VRBO. There's so many different lanes of real estate, but the biggest question, this is what we talked about early in the week. What is your goal? What is your current situation? And how do you want to live your life? And these things are important because if your goal is to make X amount of dollars, but it doesn't fit with the lifestyle you want, it means nothing. You get what I mean? So figure out, okay, what out of all these real estate businesses add up, okay, I don't want to be working past 5, or I don't want to be working too late, or I want to only work 2, 3 hours a week. Well, then Airbnb may be a business where you're getting paid for the people to stay there. And you just have to make sure you clean once a week when they turn over, or twice a week, however it goes, or have somebody else clean it, and you're just busy managing it. Or you do VRBO where someone stays for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, and you're getting paid for them to stay there. But if you wanted to go ahead and turn up the agent business, then you're going to be out showing houses all day. Or you're going to have to go and hire someone to be a showing agent for you so they can go and do that. You just pay them a percentage or pay them a flat fee. So you gotta ask yourself, what is it do you really want money wise, and what is it that you really want as far as lifestyle wise? Those are both important. So I would go and ask that. And I know you had a second question. We're going to transition. We already kind of live stream, so we gotta go ahead and get started on that main session tonight. But don't let us forget, we're gonna make sure we double on that tonight. All right.
So on that, Derek, that you said, thank you, because I have a rental that I live very close to, the rental is close to a very, it's called Biola University. And so I want to know, I usually rent a place, and now I want to know, should I rent it, or my light went out. Okay. Should I rent it for, um, here in California, a couple of things came up where with the fires and all these situations, the insurances were paying like high money to rent a place that was furnished. And I can also, fix my rental to do that. It's a single, but it's everything's brand new on it. I want to know, should I continue renting to one person, or is it better when we're close to a university to rent it as an Airbnb?
So I
Or
can't really I like when you guys ask those questions, but I can't honestly answer it because I don't know all the numbers. I can tell you, yes, go in the Airbnb, but then the Airbnb numbers can be horrible over there. Or you could be on a block that's not a good, like when you're doing real estate, you renting or selling anything, you have to look at the macro and you have to look at the micro. The macro is the whole neighborhood, the micro is the block. You might be in a good neighborhood where houses are worth a lot, but then that block may not be something like, for example, your house can be next door to something nobody wants to stay next to. So then I had that experience. When people pull up to do Airbnb, they're like, I don't trust this neighbor. I don't feel comfortable staying here. I've
No,
had
no,
people
no.
come.
My community is is a place people want to
No,
be.
it
And
was just an example. What I'm saying
yeah,
is I can't answer that question. I got to look at the whole scenario to say, I don't want to tell you, long story short, legal wise, I don't want to tell you yes and you do it and it don't work out. And you're like, hey, Derek told me to do this. I don't only got all the data to really give you a solid answer.
okay.
Long story short, you should look at everything, the block, the numbers, how long are people staying in this area? Is this a seasonal thing? Do people stay here long term? Is it like only works during certain peak seasons? It's a lot of things that go into it, especially when you're doing Airbnb. People get taken out of business because they jumped in during peak season.
Correct.
2 months it works, and then the other 10 months they don't get any bookings, and they're like, "Dang, what happened?" You jumped in because it was just hot during that season, and it happened to a lot of people. I rented my house out to somebody doing Airbnb. They lasted for a year, and then they had to break the lease because it couldn't keep up no more.
Or you'll get that party crowd from the university, and they having raves at your house. So you may want to see like who's going to be the more reliable tenant. All right.
Something that is really nice about this community is that it's a Christian university, and the university holds the students accountable for having like good record within the community. And
But
my
for
house
something
is
like that, Miss Maria, you got to just you got to choose like what do I feel is going to be the best tenant for me.
Yeah.
It's like that's something that you got to choose. Like, what do you think is going to be best for me, and then go with your gut using all of the data that Boone gave you yesterday. Okay. Thank
okay.
you, Miss Maria.
Thank you, Joy.
Uh
Thank you,
huh.
Derek. Thank you.
No problem. No problem.
Tonight's gonna be
All right.
good. Tonight's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
be good.
tonight is gonna be amazing. So what I want to do real quick, right? 1 second. I want to go ahead and I need every single person in the chat right now. I need you to go ahead and drop a mailbox emoji, right? I want to introduce someone that has literally been like influential, not just in my life, not just in Joy life, but every single one of you guys' lives. How many people already knew about Ramel before you even got on this call? How many people had got some impact from him? Let alone before he even spoke this week, how many people feel like I felt the energy, I got some impact just from the Q&A sessions? He hasn't had a full session yet. But put a me in the chat. You got some type of impact. You got some type of inspiration. You got some type of love just from hearing him on a Q&A sessions and little bits of him talking. Me. So what I want to go ahead and introduce is someone that has literally changed my entire life, Joy's entire life, and you guys' entire life. Somebody that is more focused than anybody I ever met. And I'm gonna just be honest. Someone that actually cares more than any about mentees more than anybody I ever met. Like someone that literally, you know how hard it is to go ahead and build 8 figures in a real estate portfolio, especially doing this under 40? Especially doing this at 31, 32, 33 years old. So you guys are about to hear from someone that is a leader expert in this field, someone that actually does it on a day-to-day business. And the thing you guys have to understand is there's a lot of people online that are talking about real estate, they're talking about this, talking about that, but there's not a lot of people that's actually doing it in real life and doing it in real life for some time, not just 1 year, not just 2 years, but 5 going on 10 years have actually been doing this, getting paid in self-storage and real estate consistently. So I want to unmute you guys and I want you guys to go ahead and I'm talking about the loudest noise that you could think of. I'm talking about scream. The neighbors need to be hearing about this mailbox thing. The neighbors need to be hearing about this guy because when he comes on, the stuff that he's going to be saying to you guys tonight, I promise you he's going to knock your socks off. I promise he's going to shift your entire mindset. And I promise you just off tonight's session, you're going to be a millionaire. So I'm going to go ahead and unmute you guys on three. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go. Let's get it.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm
Let's go.
excited.
Let's
Ready.
Walking
Come
in
on
the
now.
go.
Let's
Ramel.
go.
Let's go. Let's go.
What? What? Street dreams are made up these. Push beamers at 300 E's. A drug dealer's destiny is reaching a key. Everybody's looking.
They told us that we couldn't be millionaires. They told us that we couldn't make it out the hood.
I used to walk every day to the shops. Tell your white people how
everybody's looking for something.
They told us that we was gonna be dead or in jail. When I think about my legacy, I want it to be about impact. I want it to be about opportunity. I want it to be about energy. And when I talk about energy, I want people to have a spark when they're around me. I want them to see something in me that allows them to go out there and be who they need to be.
I've been in the business 9 years. Commercial real estate investor. See, most of us, we losing out on blessings because we want to get the whole pie. We want 100% of nothing.
I got business, credit, real estate. Got some assets on the market from recession up to date. I got business, credit, real estate.
Yo, I need to become more effective in less time. If it takes you 30 years to do something, I need to do it in 5. I'm not trying to wait time 30, 40 years in to retire, get a pension, then go get a second job, and now work up. So for my 31st birthday, I put the work in. I did it the right way.
And you get another chance, small. I don't hustle like that. I hustle like this.
Come on. Hot, sicker than your average. Pop a twist cabbage off instinct. Don't think big gators.
I don't want to be remembered for how much money I made. I want to be remembered for how many people I helped.
Like that, I'm back to the base.
I was able to acquire $140K on business funding.
They've opened so many more doors for me.
Here I am. I'll be closing in December with rebranding the stores.
I am a co-owner, a partner in said storage facility.
This is what we do. Cash flowing businesses. I thank you guys so much.
I defied the odds. I built a multi-million-dollar real estate empire before the age of 30. I'm no different than you.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I need y'all to drop the mailbox emoji in the chat if y'all ready to get that mailbox money tonight. I need y'all to drop the mailbox emoji in the chat if you are ready to get that mailbox money. Look, I had to change the clothes because I had to come dressed for success to give you the passive income playbook on day 4. And before I get started, I'm gonna just set some expectations because I'm really committed to giving you the information that you invested your time, energy, and money to get tonight. But I need y'all to play all out. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. So the first thing I need you to do, I need you to have your cameras on. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you exactly what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. If your camera's off, that tells me that you're not serious. That tells me that you're not playing all out. There's no way that Joy gonna show you how to get to the bank. There's no way that Joy Boone is gonna show you how to get to a title, to a closing, and you got your face covered. I'm just being real. Am I right or am I right? So I need to see the cameras. I need us to play all out and give it our best. Shauna, what's up? I see you. My guy Roller, what's up? I see you. Kiera, I see you. Cynthia, I see you. What's up? What's up? Karita, I see you. That's what I'm talking about. Aisha, I see you. I love the energy. I love it. Monique, what's up? I see you. I'm super excited. And I'm going to check the temperature in the room really, really quick, right? I just need y'all to give me your complete undivided attention for the next 60 minutes. And if you can do that, type commit in the chat. If you could do that, type commit in the chat for the next 60 minutes. I need your complete undivided attention. I don't, like, if you got to go to the bathroom, do it now. Like, I'm going to give you about, 60 seconds to go to the bathroom right now. I don't want you scrolling. I don't want you texting. I don't want you doing anything. I need your complete focus. And I'm gonna just check the temperature really quick. So I'm gonna unmute everybody because I want to make sure the spirit is in the building. I spoke to DJ Duval earlier. I said, look, we need God in the building tonight. We need the spirit in the building tonight. So I want to make sure we got that down pat. So I'm gonna unmute everybody. And if you gotta stand up, if you gotta stretch, if you gotta get a drink of some water real quick, do what you need to do. All right, Francis, I see you, Francis. That's what I'm talking about. Jonah, I see you. I see what I see. Let's get it. So if y'all ready for me to unmute y'all, I'm about to unmute really quick. I'm about to unmute really, really quick. So let's get this thing going. Let's get this thing going. If y'all ready, type ready in the chat. And let's unmute them, team. Let's unmute everybody. And I need y'all to make some noise. Let's go. Let's go. Let's
go.
Let's go.
Let's
It's ready.
go. Let's go. Let's go, Brooklyn. Let's go. Let's get it. Brooklyn's in the house. Brooklyn's in the house. Down, come on, let's get in the shop.
Make sure the energy is right. Brooklyn is in the building. You listen, we gonna represent all day long. So for those of you that do not know me, I'm gonna share my story really quick. I'm not gonna share too much about my story because I want to get to the game and I got so much that I need to break down with you. But I do understand it's important for you to know why I'm qualified to share the information I'm gonna share with you, because you want to know that you're learning from somebody that you can relate to. You want to know that you're learning from somebody that's been where you've been, that understand the obstacles, that understand the struggle, that can give you a customized roadmap to get to the next level. Am I right or am I right? Just let me know in the chat. Am I right or am I right? You want to make sure you learn from somebody that you can relate to. And I love what Boone said yesterday. He said, look, I'm not going to act like I'm Barack Obama and everybody know me. I was like, that's not the case. I am grateful that everybody is here. So for those of you that do not know me, my name is Ramel New Worlds, born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. My story is like anybody else. I'm no different than anybody on this call. I come from poverty, welfare, food stamps, free lunch, you name it. My mom passed away when I was 12 years old to breast cancer. My grandmother that raised me passed away when I was 14 years old to cancer. So I was raised by a single father. And it was tough seeing my dad go to work 40, 50, 60 hours a week, busting his ass just to keep the lights on, struggling. So that gave me that burning desire to break the curse of poverty. If you relate to that, somebody type relate. If you've seen your parents going and grinding, if you grinding right now for your family, type relate in the chat, because that's why I do this. And I'm sharing this really quick because I want you to understand it wasn't always this way. See, when I first got started, I really didn't have all the pieces together. It took mentorship to get me to this level. And now I stand here in front of you today as a serial entrepreneur, own multiple businesses, 6- and 7-figure businesses, but I am most known as a self-storage king. And that's what I'm going to break down today, how to get in a self-storage business. And I'm not somebody that just popped out yesterday, 2 years ago. I'm not a pandemicpreneur. Those of you that's been watching and seeing me, I've been doing this for 12 years, traveling all throughout New York City, all over the country, putting together free seminars, really because this information has changed my life, and I know it could change your life as well if you allow it. Somebody type me in the chat if you're ready to have this information transform your life. I am a 2-time author, got a nonprofit organization. We done hosted dozens of events, coached thousands of people, but it only took one deal to change my life. And I want everybody to type one deal in the chat, because that one deal is going to get you to the next level. It takes one class like this, 1 week of mentorship just like this, one relationship, one phone call. All it takes is one thing to change everything about your life. And I'm living proof. Because I remember when I first got started and I ended up coming across a family that was going through a pre-foreclosure, y'all. And I'm from Brooklyn. It was a brownstone in Brooklyn, $590,000, but I didn't have the money. But I had the desire, I had the grit, I had the grind, I had the hustle. Somebody type hustle in the chat. See, that's something that you can't teach. I say this all the time to my mentees. Some things can't be taught, they gotta be caught. That gotta be within you. So we're gonna give you the information, but the execution is on you, y'all. And I went out there and I ended up finding this property, and I ended up getting an investor who put up the entire $590,000 for me. That same property, we put it on the market, sold it for $1.2 million, y'all. I made 6 figures in my very first real estate transaction. Somebody type 6 figures in the chat, y'all. Somebody type 6 figures. Just imagine how I felt in my early 20s. I was like 23 at the time. You couldn't tell me nothing. My head was so big, it was about to fall off my shoulders, y'all. But it gave me the belief. Somebody type belief in the chat, because you got to believe that you deserve all the great things that God has designed for you. See, this is just the receipts, because sometimes in our community, seeing is believing. If we don't see it, then it didn't happen. So I got to show you so you can be inspired. This is what I've been able to do over the last 12 years of entrepreneurship, because I've been able to master a system that I'm going to walk you through today. And system stands for saving yourself significant time, energy, and money. Multiple 6-figure deals, not one, not two. I'm talking about multiple. And because of this system, it has allowed me to build a brand online where I'm getting interviewed on national television, flying all across the world. I retired my wife. I quit my 9-to-5 job. Me and my business partners, we taking private jets. It just changed everything about our life. And I want you to see yourself in me. That's why I'm sharing this, because there may be somebody on this call that's from Brooklyn, or you from Boston, or you from Miami, you from Atlanta, you from whatever inner city, whatever part of the world, and you thinking that the sun don't shine where you at. But I'm here to tell you it does. See, it don't rain forever. We just got to stay down. We got to stay down. Somebody put stay down in the chat. I stayed down until I came up. I was able to purchase multiple businesses. And y'all seen in the video, I purchased my dream car, $300,000 Lamborghini. And that's cute and all, right? But it's really not about the Lamborghini. I want you to look past the Lamborghini, look at the storage business, because that is what I bought with no money out of my pocket, and that pays for the Lamborghini. And guess what? I actually utilized my insurance to pay off the Lamborghini cash. So now the storage facility pays me back with interest, y'all. It's a different type of conversation that we're going to get into tonight. It's a different type of conversation. But again, I want everybody to know that your current situation is not your final destination. Somebody put that in the chat. My current situation is not my final destination. And that's what I want y'all to see in me, because I'm about to give y'all some game. But I hope you understand why I'm so passionate about the information I'm about to share with you. Why I'm super excited, because this has literally changed my life. So if you're ready to change your life, if you're ready to execute, I need you to type execute in the chat. I got the story out the way. I'm done with the story. I'm ready to get into the game. Like, I ain't trying to bore y'all. It's late at night. I want to get right into it. I'm about to break down the passive income playbook, but I want everybody to type wealth is spiritual in the chat. Before we get started, don't ever believe that you're going to do this on your own. You got to understand that you need to have spiritual alignment. I will be lying to tell you I'm here by my own doing. It is only by the permission that God has approved for me to be able to go out here and do what I'm doing, y'all. So I want everybody to put wealth is spiritual in the chat, and I'm going to prove it to you. I promise you, I'm gonna prove to you that wealth is spiritual. And if I don't prove it to you, let me know at the end. Call me out and say, yo, you capping, mogul. You bugging. For those of you that's from the city, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know, then just say, no, you was wrong, mogul. You was wrong. And I had to put this up here because I'm gonna break down how to beat the banks at their own game. But I love this scripture right here, Jeremiah 29:11, where it says, for I know the plans I have for you and not to harm you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope in the future. And this is super powerful and important, because I want everybody to understand you may be in a spot right now where you think God is not blessing you. But I want you to understand that your biggest problem could be your biggest gift. The thing that you think is actually holding you back is the thing that you need to overcome to get to that next level, because it's truly the thing that makes you the most uncomfortable. The thing that you don't really want to face is that thing that you need to actually go full-fledged towards, which is going to get you your gift. Ask me how you know, mogul, because I lived it. And I want everybody to look, when you get in a car and you go to work every single day, when you put in that address, what system do we use? Let me know in the chat. What system do we use to get from point A to point B, whether you're going to work, whether you're going to school? What system do we use? GPS. See, we put an address in a GPS so it could tell us what route to take. It tells us we need to make a right turn, if we need to go straight, if we need to make a left turn, if there's construction, if there's some traffic, if there's actually going to be a slowdown and now it's going to delay your process. We just don't get up and just get in the car and try to figure it out. We want to know that we can see a plan ahead of time. Am I right or am I right? See, in the world, we say GPS, global positioning system, but I say GPS stands for God's positioning system. Somebody put God's positioning system in the chat, y'all. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because I'm about to give y'all some powerful things, but again, it does not matter if you don't believe that wealth is spiritual. Because every single delay, every single detour, every single distraction is not to actually stop you from getting to the next level. It's actually divine direction. Because God knows actually when there's traffic. He knows when there's construction. And guess what? The truth is, some of us need to hit the roadblock. Some of us need to hit the construction because we need to sit and reflect on where we come from and what we need to do to get to that next level. Are y'all with me on that? If y'all with me on that, just type amen. Just type amen in the chat. I just got to get us started. I want to make sure we good. Let's get into it. So get y'all pens and y'all pads, right? I wasn't even going to do this. I was going to get straight into self-storage, but a lot of y'all was asking about credit. So get to the money, y'all. Give me your calculators. Show me your pens. Show me that you're ready to take down some notes and really get to the money. We're going to do some numbers. I told y'all that I'm going to show you how to increase your net worth. Well, This is how we do it. So when we going out there and we applying for credit cards, right? This is what our credit profile should look like. If your credit profile does not look like this, your focus should be doing whatever it takes for however long it takes until you clean your credit up to get it looking like this. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need here. I'm not going to play no games because a lot of us putting credit on the back burner. Oh, nah, I don't want to fix my credit. But you going to work 40 hours, 50, 60 hours a week, giving somebody else that time. You giving somebody else all your effort, but you're not giving yourself the effort to clean your credit. If it took 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, when credit could unlock massive amounts of funding opportunities for you to invest, it's called leverage. Somebody type leverage in the chat. It's called leverage. And I like to break down words, right? I really love this stuff. I do this. See, when we think about the word leverage, there's two parts to the word. The first part is lever. When we think about lever, what comes to our mind? Let me know in the chat. When we think about lever, what comes to our mind? Pull, there we go. It pulls you, it's movement. It gives you a lift. So when you understand that lever and then you now understand age is the time it takes to get something done, right? The time that passes by. So leverage is you getting a push forward faster than would normally take you. So when you leverage other people's money, you can get to your goal faster. When you leverage other people's ideas, when you leverage other people's experiences, that is how you get to your goal faster. And that's all I want to do is show you how to get there fast. Somebody type fast in the chat. So this is what it looks like. If it don't look like that, we're going to still give you some strategies. Now, when we applying, some of y'all was asking this in the chat. Well, what do I apply? How do I do it? These are some small nuances that you need to make sure it's on point. There's going to be what is called household income, whether it's personal or business. They're going to ask you household income on the application. You can put all of the people that's in your household, put their income on the application. They typically don't ask. It's very slim. But if they did ask, you can verify because you may have your husband, your wife, your brother, your sister, whoever's in there, you can actually showcase household income. Is that clear? Let me know in the chat if that's clear. You want to make sure that your address is consistent for at least 2 years. So even if you just move, you want to make sure you put an address that you had that was consistent. What I typically like to do is just pay for an actual address, a virtual address or a mailing address somewhere corporate if I'm moving around to keep it consistent. But this is what causes a red flag. If you have a bunch of addresses and then you say you live here, but the credit report say you live there, we want to make sure everything is consistent. Employment needs to be consistent. And lastly, your rent and mortgage, you can split that up amongst everybody in your household. So the name of the game is to have high income and low expenses and consistency. This is how we apply for credit cards. Make sure that your social security is the right way, your address, make sure everything check out. Don't rush through. If we got that, put God in the chat because I got to move on. I got to move on. I want to make sure we get this. So let's get to the money. So now that we understand what our credit report should look like, now that we understand that how we go and apply, we build out a sequence based upon relationships with the banks. So we like to start with credit unions. And Dana talked a little bit about this on Monday, and I'm going to kind of build on it, all right? So get your pen and your pad. We're going to do some numbers. We're going to do some numbers, and we're going to move through this. So we like to start with credit unions. Why, Mogul? Why do we want to start with credit unions? Because they are more customer centric. They are more client focused because they are competing with the big banks. So they are actually willing to work with you more than a regular national bank. So you want to make sure you start with credit unions. So what we like to do is stack up the cards, right? So if you have a business, if you have good credit, you're going to now apply for these credit unions that pull Experian. We're going to move through this. So let's just do some math. Let's say each of these credit unions, is 5 of them. They give you $10,000 each. How much is that? Let me know in the chat. How much is that? Let me know in the chat. That's $50,000. I got the mathematician to the building. There we go. So now we're going to go hit the banks that pull TransUnion. These are all credit unions so far. So now if each of these credit unions give you $10,000, how much is that? Let me know in the chat. That's another 50,000, but I need to add it up. We gonna add today. Joey, boo, I don't think they ready because I'm about to have they mind blown. I'm about to mess y'all up. That's $100,000. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you, Nikisha. Cool. Let's keep rolling. Now we're gonna hit the credit unions that pull Equifax. So let's say each of these credit unions give you $10,000. Add it up. Add it up. That's 150. We already up 150, and you can literally do this within 7 days. As long as you understand this sequence, which is getting the credit unions, knowing which credit bureaus that they pull from, and then going and applying strategically. Who would be cool with getting 150,000 in 7 days? As long as your credit is where it needs to be. Exactly. Thank you, Destiny. Now, guess what we're going to do? We're going to do a funding reset. Oh, Mogul, what you mean, funding reset? Well, what that means is now that we applied, me and Tito was talking about it earlier. You're going to stop. You should get 75 to 150,000. And then what you're going to do is go and remove the inquiries, which is the document that I shared earlier. Follow it step by step. I'm giving y'all that. So now what you're gonna do is gonna take you about maybe, let's say up to 30 days max. So typically you can get them removed in 3, but let's just say it takes 30 days max to remove your inquiries. So now you remove the inquiries that you went and got for funding with those 15 banks, and guess what? You're gonna go back for another round of funding, but instead of credit unions, you're gonna go and hit big banks. So now these are the big banks that pull Experian. Let's get to the math, y'all. So if each of these banks give us $10,000, how much is that? How much is that? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. We had 200,000 already. This is in a matter of a couple months. But what most people don't know is called double dipping. Somebody type double dipping in the chat. And I'm not talking about when somebody got some chicken nuggets, you keep eating and dipping in the sauce. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about going back to the bank and getting multiple cards. So do you know that American Express, they'll give you up to 4 cards with the one pull? So if you already playing with them, you might as well get 4 cards: the blue cash, the platinum, the gold, the plum. You get all 4 of them back to back to back to back, same hour. So instead of you getting 10,000 each, you really just got 40,000. Oh man, Jeffrey said, there we go. Jennifer, there we go. Jennifer said, yup, she got 3. Exactly. So this is what we need to do. Same thing with Chase. Chase to give you 2 credit cards up to $150,000, one pull. This is when we double dip, when we credit card stacking. So instead of you getting 10,000 with one Chase card, now you really got 2. That's 20,000. Hold up, let's do the math, y'all. So let's add. So we was at 200,000. Let's add another, what, 30,000 from American Express, another 10. So that's add another 40. Add another 40. This is all online. Yeah, we had 200. Well, we had 240. We had 240, y'all. Stick with me. Stick with me. Y'all helping me through this. Cool. Now we're going to get the next set of banks that pull TransUnion. So let's say you go to each of these banks and now they give you $10,000 each. How much is that? Put it in the chat. Let's add it up. Put it in the chat. Talk to me. That's what? How much at 290? Oh man, we up 290,000 easy. Okay, let's keep double dipping. That's why you need to understand the underwriting guidelines. Most people don't know that Barclay Bank will give you 2 credit cards, one pull. They'll give you the JetBlue card and the Aviator card. So really now you doubling up. That's another 10,000. Bank of America as well. They give you 2 credit cards, one pull. The travel and the cash. So that's another 20,000. So add 20,000 to the 290. Thank you, Roland. We had 310. Oh man, we up. We up 310. I'm not done yet. Let's go ahead, Equifax. Let's go ahead, Equifax. So actually, oh yeah, I gotta update this. I'm gonna update this and give y'all this. Matter of fact, let me give y'all this in real time, right? So I didn't even get to update that, but I want to make sure I show y'all because this is all inside the school. I gave y'all this stuff. So we're gonna go ahead, Equifax, right? This is our $250,000 funding sequence. So these right here are 12 banks. 12 banks right here at the bottom. Imagine if just only 5 of them you went and hit and got $10,000 each for the big banks that pull Equifax. If you pick up what I'm putting down, add 50,000 to what I just laid down for y'all. How much where we at? Add 50,000. We at 360. So this is what our funding sequence looks like. It's not gonna be just overnight. You got to give yourself a 12-month span. A 12-month span. So you go and get funded in the first 30 to 90 days, remove inquiries, go get funded another 30, 90 days. So every 90 days, you should be getting $150,000 to $250,000. By the end of the year, you could be up $1 million in funding if you understand these strategies. And like I said earlier, you need to understand double dipping, which is multiple entity funding. Can I give y'all a little more game? Can I give y'all a little more type game in the chat? I'll give y'all a little more game. And I'm about to get to the self-storage, but a lot of y'all was asking about funding. So I'm like, let me add this in here. Let me squeeze it in and get through this, right? Let me squeeze it in. So most people don't even know about manufactured spending. Put a 1 in the chat if you're familiar with manufactured spending. Put a 2 in the chat if you're not. Oh man, Oh man, I'm giving y'all some game. Look, so manufacturer spending is when you not only get the credit cards for the limit, you also get the sign-on bonuses and the travel points. And then we use those points and bonuses to be able to liquidate and go use it to go get some more cool things. And I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do. So let's just use an example, right? American Express, they give you $300 sign-on bonus every time you get approved. So let's just use Amex alone. We're not even going to use the other banks. Amex alone, if they give you $300 sign-on bonus every time you get approved for the card, and if you got 4 cards with them, how much is that? Let me know in the chat. How much is free money? Thank you, Ellen. Thank you, Levi. Thank you, Michael. So you got $1,200 in free money from one card. We're not even talking about the other 15 plus cards and all the bonuses. So when we go get funding, we usually could get $5,000 to $7,000 in free money. But I want to make it simple for y'all. Somebody type simple in the chat. Somebody type simple in the chat. So what we do is that $1,200 from Amex, we're going to go and take that money out as a sign-on bonuses, and we teach you how to liquidate your cards. We teach you all these strategies in our mentorship. And then now what we're going to do, I hope y'all ready for this, y'all. Because what I just shared with you is just personal. This is not even business so far. This is literally on your personal. You can go do this, right? So let's get this going. Let me show y'all something. So what's going to happen is this. You're going to take the $1,200, right? And this is a checklist that I'll give everybody. It's a business funding checklist. You click form your LLC right here. And you could go to platforms like Busy, and Busy will literally set you up with an LLC for free. All you got to do is pay the state filing fee. So I'm from New York. Let's just say I want to go and get an LLC in New York. I'm going to go use Busy. Guess what? In 3 weeks, for just $205, I'll have an LLC. Well, what money am I utilizing to go get this LLC for $205, y'all? Let me know in the chat. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Where am I getting the 200? Oh my goodness. The boat, that's what I'm talking about. So I just showed you how to get a free LLC. Go and get the personal cards, and then you use the sign-on bonuses to go get a free LLC. It's still no money out of your pocket. You just need strategy. Cool. We're not done yet, right? So we're going to need to get a bank account. We're going to need to get an address, phone number, fax number, all of this cool stuff. I'm not going to go through all of that. Joy broke that stuff down, but with literally maybe $500, right? You can actually set up your address, your phone number, your website, fund your bank account with $50, and you now have your LLC set up, right? So you got all of these platforms that you can use. You got Opus as well to give you the address, phone number, fax number. So now you have a business that's set up and that's compliant. Somebody type compliant in the chat. Somebody type compliant in the chat, right? So once we are compliant and our business is set up, what we're going to do now is spin the block. We're going to go spin the block. And it's not the spin the block that we talk about, you know what I mean, in town. What I'm talking about is what we're going to do now that we have a business, we are going to hit the same credit unions that we originally built a relationship with when we applied for personal cards, but now we're going to apply on the business side with those same banks. So now if we go get $10,000 each from these credit unions, how much is that? And add it to what we originally got, y'all. Add it to what we originally got. Oh my goodness, I done lost count. Y'all keeping me on track. That's $410,000. Cool, let's keep going. We're going to go on the business side now. Pull the same credit unions, hit the same credit unions that pull TransUnion. It's another $50,000. Add it up. That's $460,000. Let's keep going. We're going to hit the credit unions that pull Equifax. That's another $50,000. Let's add it up. We have 510. We already over $500,000 in funding between personal and business. And this can happen literally. They said Jim Jones, they balling. This can happen literally within 6 months. Cool. What we going to do again? Funding reset. Remove the inquiries. They're on the business side, so now it's easier to remove. And now you go hit the big banks on the business side. Let's say you get another $50,000. Add it up. Add it up. Add it up. Tito said, I belong here. We have $560. Let's keep going. Now we're going to go hit the big banks that pull TransUnion. That's another $50,000. And I'm not even including double dipping, because you could double dip on the business side too. But I want to make it simple, y'all. We at 610. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, now we're gonna hit the big banks that pull. Now we hit the big banks that pull Equifax. That's another $50,000. So add that up. Does that make sense? I'm trying to give you as much as I can with the time that I have, yeah. But this is how we go and get funded, and most people don't get the money they're looking for because they don't understand this. They just applying like online because they heard something on Instagram. No, you can't YouTube or Google your way to get the money. You want to find somebody that can give you the exact blueprint to get there. Somebody that can connect you to the direct banks because not every banking relationship manager you go to know this stuff. They need to understand how this works. So sometimes you're gonna have to educate them. Does that make sense? So let's move on now. So now we know how to get the money. We know how to get the money. So this is what we're gonna do. Oh man. I'm about to get to the whiteboard, man. So when I get to the whiteboard, I need you to put teach mogul in the chat. This is time to teach now. I'm about to get to the whiteboard, all right? Somebody put teach mogul in the chat. It's time for me to teach y'all. Because we just getting started. If you could see my whiteboard, put a 1 in the chat if you could see my whiteboard. All right. So how much money we end up getting? I'm trying to keep track. Let me know in the chat. How much money did we end up getting? 660? What was it? Oh, the chat is going crazy. All right, so let's put the 660 right over here. All right. Let's put the 660 right over here. All right. Let's put that to the side, right? See, the average Joe that does not know better, the average Joe is sad, right? This is the average Joe, and this was me. Before I knew this information, I was super sad. Why? Because I was stuck in the 40-40-40 plan. And I'm gonna tell y'all what the 40-40-40 plan is, right? That's when you get up and you go to work every single day, busting your ass, right? 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours a week for somebody else, and we all have done it. I've been there, right? But the problem is when we go to work, let's say we're making $5,000 a month. What happens is before we get the money, who gets the money first? Let me know in the chat. You go work 40, 50, 60 hours, who gets the money first? Oh my goodness. Uncle Sam gets his cut first out the gate. He like, give me mines. I need mines. And then who gets the money second? Who gets the money second? Who gets the money second? Not bills yet. The bank. And then, right, then you go out and get your money and you got to pay your bills. But taxes come out before it even hits your account. And then after taxes, they go to the bank. So you get $5,000 a month. And then really it's probably down to $3,000 now after taxes. So $3,000 going to the banks. And then this is what happens. It's called fractional reserve lending, where the banks, they take your $3,000 and they're going to go and invest that into insurance, an IUL or a whole life policy. They're going to put that into the stock market, right? So they're going to take your money and invest it. Like, what part of the game is that? Do y'all understand that we're working 40, 50, 60 hours for them to get our money first and invest it for us? And then what happens is you come over here and you say, hey, bank, I don't have no money. And you don't because they took it all. But hey, you go get a credit card, right? And you go get a car loan. And you go get a mortgage. You do all of these things. And let's just do the math. What's your credit? I dare you to go look at your credit card interest rate after the expired promo. It's typically like 28%. It's crazy. Car loan, you talk about maybe 7%. Mortgage, let's just say 6%. So somebody do some math real quick. What's 28, 7, and 6? What's 28, 7, and 6? 41. So you're going to get charged 41% interest while they're over here making 6 to 12% interest on your money. So they're literally making, let's just take the 12, the top number. Let's add 12 to the 41. How much is that, y'all? Let me know in the chat. Ms. Marlowe said that's nasty work. Exactly. Think about it. They are making 53% interest on your money that you worked for, that you put the time in for. What part of the game is that? And because we don't have this information, we're not privy to it, they sell us on this dream because America is the #1 marketer. Or go to work for 40 hours a week. And then what happens when you do that? You start to neglect your health. You missing out on time with your family. Then you get divorced. You don't even know your spouse. Your children don't understand that you got to go out there and work. So you missing time with them. They start to resent you. Ask me how you know. I seen it happen. Then you retire after 40 years and get 40% of your highest earning year. If you made $100,000, now you got to live off of $40,000 with inflation and cost of living. How is that possible? Well, now you got to go pick up another job when you're in your 60s and work another 40 hours until you die. Somebody tell me what part of the game is that? It's a system that they've built to set you up so that they can continue to make money. But because we here in the Wealthy Experience Mentorship Week, we gonna change this thing up, right? See, we different. So what we like to do, we still gonna go work. I'm not telling nobody to go out there and quit their job, but we moving different. We got a smile on our face because we got an exit plan. We know how we gonna get out of here. So yeah, I'm still working my 40, 50, 60 hours a week. But at the same time, I got my LLC set up now. I may got some digital products. I'm buying some real estate. So now I'm an entrepreneur. So instead of me making $5,000 a month, I'm really making $10,000 a month, because I'm making more money with my business. But if you are a business owner, who get the money first? Let me know in the chat. Who gets the money first? You do. They said me. That's the power of entrepreneurship. I pay you when I'm ready to pay you. I'm going to go invest in real estate and get the taxes, the appreciation, and all that, and I'll give you the pieces versus you taking it out first. That's the power of entrepreneurship. And guess what? Instead, see, we want to beat the banks at their own game. So we talked about that $660,000, right? So instead, we're going to go to the bank and we're going to go get this money and like X them out. And this $660,000 that we got in funding, we're going to go around them and then we're going to open up our own insurance policy, right? We're going to open up our own whole life and IULs. And we're going to put the money that we get from funding. So let's say you don't use the whole 600. I wouldn't advise you to do that. Let's say you take 100 out of this and you put that in insurance. And now this right here is growing 6 to 12% compounded interest in your sleep. That's what we call mailbox money. Mailbox money, literally making compounded money in your sleep. But this is what I talked about earlier with you, Keisha. So if you take 100,000 and you put it in your IUL when it's growing, guess what? You still got 500,000 over here that's available. Well, we want to take maybe 100,000 out of that and put those two cards to the side. And that's where we're going to do our trade line business that I talked about. So let's say you got 4 or 5 cards, $100,000 on them, and then you start adding people onto it, and you making $10,000 a month cash. That's more than enough money to cover the minimum payment on $100,000 that you took out to put in your policy. This is how we utilize credit and turn it to cash and build our own bank. Oh my goodness, it's too much, y'all. It's too much. I'm not even done yet. I'm not done yet. So what we're gonna do now that we got this $100,000 in our let's say whole life, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to another bank now and say, hey, look at me. I have $100,000 into my whole life policy. They're gonna give you what is called a life equity line of credit. Life equity line of credit. And they don't pull your credit. This is not based upon your credit score. This is strictly based upon your insurance. So they will match you 90% of whatever you have in here. So let's say you got $100,000, they will give you a $90,000 line of credit. And then this is what you use to go out there and invest. So I want y'all to just pick up what I'm putting down, y'all. This entire time, you haven't come out of your pocket once. Tell me, somebody prove me wrong. Where did you come out your pocket once this entire time? Oh my goodness, never, never. But guess what? Your money's making money for you multiple times. So we making money in the IUL right here. We're gonna go invest. We making money on our trade lines, and we never came out of pocket. Are y'all with me? Let me unmute y'all real quick, because I got to check the temperature in the room, y'all. I don't know if y'all with me or not. I got to check the temperature in the room. Are y'all with me or not?
Yeah.
Yes,
Sir.
yes.
we
I'm
all
hanging right here.
Yeah.
We getting on it.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Get there.
Go ahead.
So let's get back to the board. You know what I mean? I'm gonna need probably like 15 minutes after this, y'all, because I went on a little behind. I don't want to shortchange y'all, right? Can I take y'all past a little like 15 minutes? Can I take y'all past a little 15 minutes? I gotta be respectful of your time, all right? And let me take this this jacket off because it's about to heat up. It's about to heat up in here, all right? So when we say it's time to invest, we want to make sure we do this wisely, right? See, there's two ways that you can build wealth. You can actually earn your way to wealth or own your way to wealth. All right? What does this mean, Mogul? Well, people that earn their way to wealth, they start a new business, right? Because they got this great idea. I get it. But what they won't tell you is 90% of businesses fail within the first 10 years. Why, Mogul? Why does 90% of businesses fail within the first 10 years? Because they lack capital, right? They don't know how to go get the money, which is what I just shared with you. They don't have the systems because they don't have the right team in place because they can't afford to hire them. And now they have horrible fulfillment because they are one woman, one man show. And now they are getting bad reviews. The customers are actually upset. And then you go out of business. Somebody put me in the chat if over the last 3, 4, 5 years you got into business, but you had to close down because you ran out of money. Or because you didn't really figure out your customer base. You had to struggle with marketing. You didn't have the right positioning. You didn't have the right mentorship. Let's be real here. 90% of businesses fail within the first 10 years. So that means that you have a 90% chance of failing if you have not met that 10-year mark in that exact business. This is the truth. So I'm not telling you that it's not possible. The truth is, it just takes time. And only 10% of the people out there have the ability to go through the time that it takes. That's willing to work the process long enough to outlast the learning curve, long enough to see an end result. You got to stay in it. Somebody type me in the chat if you willing to stay locked in. You can't quit on this. You got to be in it. You got to go through the ups and the downs, the curveballs. You got to go through the obstacles. But I got to fast about because some of y'all like, look, Mogul, I hear you, but I don't got that much time. So I'm gonna share with you what we call our cheat code, right? So instead, we want to buy an existing business, and not just any existing business. We want to buy a business that's 10 years old or more. Because now they have a 90+% success rate. We want to buy a business that already has systems in place. We want to buy a business that already has customers in place, right? That already has cash flow coming in every single month. We want to buy a business that already have the marketing figured out. And some of you probably thinking, well, how would somebody sell me a business that's making money and is already built? Well, I'll tell you, you have what is called baby boomers. And baby boomers are any individual that's been born between 1940 and 1960, and they are looking to retire. Nobody's gonna get out of here alive. Father Time is gonna catch up with you. So there's gonna be $84 trillion that's gonna be transferred over the next 20 years because these baby boomers have businesses with no succession plan. Do you know that 90% of these business owners have no succession plan, meaning their children don't want anything to do with it? They don't really have no plan to sell. They don't really know how to get it sold, but you got to be in there. You may have people that's going through a divorce and they need to sell. They may have health issues and they need to sell. It's multiple reasons why somebody may need to sell their business. But see, I buy businesses, all types of businesses, but I am most known as the self-storage king. Somebody type self-storage king in the chat. Yeah, I mean, for a reason, y'all. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna show y'all why. I'm gonna show y'all why. So let's get to the numbers, y'all. So y'all got y'all pens in your pad, right? So I'm gonna break down a real example of what we've done. This is a self-storage that we purchased. And I purchased this with my community as well, because we partner with our students, right? That's the difference. And it was 240 units. Now let's put this in perspective. The purchase price was $850,000. All right. Now we utilize what is called the SBA 7A loan, y'all. And I want to show y'all this in real time because again, sometimes we think this stuff is not real, right? It's seeing is believing, right? Seeing is believing. So let's see where I could find this at. Cool. Let me show y'all this really, really quick.
So this right here is the actual loan spreadsheet. So you can see it with your own eyes, right? This is the actual loan. You see it. Couldn't make it if I wanted to. As you see right here, it says the total loan amount, 850,000. And then they gave me some working capital of 50,000. So this is a strategy that we utilize. Whenever we buy a business, we ask to add in working capital with it, because that working capital I utilize towards another business as my down payment. So now I use a loan with one business to go get some money, to go get money for another business. Y'all not ready, you know. Y'all not picking up what I'm putting down. But look right here. The total down payment was $95,000. Y'all see that, right? The total down payment was $95,000. All right? Cool. If y'all got that, cool. So now let's get back to the board, because I like to show you in real time. This not no be like this is a real thing, right? So the down payment was $95,000 because we used the SBA 7A loan, and they only require you to come to the table with 10% down. Now, where do you think I got this $95,000 from? If you've been picking up what I've been putting down, where do you think I got the $95,000 from? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The credit card. Exactly. I use a Chase credit card, y'all. I took a Chase credit card and I was able to liquidate the money, and the full $95,000 I took off the credit card that has 0% interest for 18 months. So for a full year and a half, I literally had no money out of my pocket. Why? Because when I purchased this business, it was bringing in money day one. So somebody type day one in the chat, and I'm gonna show y'all this in real time. Somebody type day one in the chat. I said wealth is spiritual, right? I'm gonna prove it to you. Somebody type wealth is spiritual in the chat. In Ecclesiastes 11:2, it says, invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8, for you do not know what disaster may come upon the land. And we can look this up. Invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8, for you do not know what disaster may come upon the land. So when I'm looking at it, because God made it plain and simple and direct, we just overcomplicate it. So as I'm breaking it down, like, I invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8, and then I hear this thing online where they say the average millionaire has how many streams of income? Let me know in the chat. I'm not making this up. We hear they said 7. So if they said the average millionaire has 7 streams of income, and in the scriptures is telling me to have 7 streams of income, well, that's how I become a millionaire. And if God says that he actually made us in his likeness and his image, and he broke it down to where we are deserving of this wealth, that means that I'm designed to be a millionaire. That means God wants me to be a millionaire if I'm putting all the pieces together on the way I need to see it. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? That's why I said everybody here has a gift. It's just usually the thing that's holding you back that you don't want to face, that's blocking your blessing, because God wants to make sure you are prepared for the destination. So can I prove to you how wealth is spiritual? Because it's not that you need 7 different businesses. You just need 7 different streams from one business. Let's break it down. Yeah, I'm going to prove this to you. Let's break this down. All right. So there we go. So you make money by renting out the units. This facility had 240 units. On average, it's about $100 a unit. It could go lower or higher, but we're going to average it out. So let's do some math. 240 units times 100. How much is that? Put it in the chat, y'all. I'm getting y'all fingers going, y'all calculators going, the mind going. How much is that? $100 a month per unit. That's $24,000 a month. Now we need to times that by 12 because we need the annual income. So let's do the math. What's 24,000 times 12? That should give us what? $288,000 a year. Put me in the chat if you cool with buying a business that's bringing in almost $300,000 a year in revenue day one. Like not day 2, not day 5, not day 1,000, day 1. This is why I'm able to buy businesses with business credit cards, because I can make the money back immediately to pay it off. Let's keep rolling. Not only do we make money off the rent, we make money off of insurance. So every single customer that rents out a unit from us, it's mandatory for you to get insurance. We charge typically anywhere from $6 up to $21, depending on how much coverage you need. Let's meet in the middle at $12. So you got 240 units
at $12 a pop. Y'all do the math. How much is that? Let's do the math, y'all. Add it up. Add it up. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What's the number? There we go. $2,880. All right. Well, let's times that by 12 because we need the annual income. Everything we do is about a year. Okay, Tammy, that's 34,560. So we have an affiliate partnership with the insurance company because I don't own an insurance company. I don't want to have that headache, but I just have an affiliate partnership and all I do is offer insurance. And guess what? They split the commissions with me 50-50. So this 34,560, we get 50% of that. Somebody do the math. What's 50% of the 34,560? 17,280. Somebody let me know if you cool with making $17,000 a year, passive profits, no fulfillment. It costs me nothing but to say, hey, you need insurance. And matter of fact, I don't even say it. It's on the website and you can't even check out to buy without going through that process. Are y'all with me? This is what we call passive profits, no fulfillment. Let's keep going. Not only do we do insurance, we offer transportation because a lot of people may need some trucks to move around as they move it. Again, I don't want a moving company. I don't want the liability, the headache, and deal with more people. So instead, I do the U-Haul partnership program where I partner with U-Haul and they put the trucks on my facility. I showed y'all the video earlier, if you was in the Telegram, how we have 5 trucks from U-Haul and we get paid. On average, U-Haul is bringing about $30,000 a month. We get 30% of that $30,000. That's $9,000 a month. Times that by 12, we're making over $100,000 a year passive profits. No fulfillment. U-Haul, they actually come out and they give you a site rep and they do the market research to determine if you need U-Haul, how many trucks, all of that cool stuff. We then set up an affiliate page built into our website. So when a customer needs U-Haul services, they go online and they pay online directly. When they get a confirmation email, they'll get their site map and they'll get their code to the gate. And then they're going to get the lockbox code and they're going to do a self-checkout. I have nobody working in facilities. We have remote management. No fulfillment. Oh my goodness. And some of y'all probably like, oh man, I went through that process. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's keep rolling. So not only just that, we offer moving services. But does Mogul want a moving company? If y'all picking up what I'm putting down, do I want a moving company? Do I want more headaches, more liability, more stress? Absolutely not, y'all. So what I want to do is partner with the local moving company in the area, set up an affiliate agreement, and I'm going to refer you all of my customers that need moving, and that's another $30,000 a month average, 30% commission on that. That's $9,000 a month times 12. That's another $108,000 a year. Passive profits, no fulfillment. One business. Somebody type partnerships in the chat. Let's keep rolling because I'm running out of time. We got another call to jump on. Cool. Let's keep rolling. So not just that, there's people that need vending machines. Because as you moving throughout the facility, you get hot, tired, hungry. As soon as you see a machine, right? As soon as you see that drinking, you're like, oh man, I'm a little parched. It's called an impulse purchase. But do I want to run a vending machine company? No. I call the local vending machine company. I say, hey, you can put 1 or 2 machines on my facility. You deal with the product that's being expired. You deal with collecting the money. You deal with any tech issues with the machines. I just need my cut. How much is my cut, y'all? If you've been picking up what I'm putting down, what's my cut? 30%. Thank you. I'm like Uncle Sam. I am taxing them. I need mine. This is about maybe $1,500 a month. We get 30% of that. Somebody do the math. That's what 400 and what's that? What's that? 30% of that. What's that? What's 30? Thank you. $450. Thank you, Tammy. That's $450 a month. We want times that by 12. Let's get the annual income. That's $5,400 for the year. Passive profit. It costs me nothing to do it. It costs me nothing. We said 7 streams of income, right? Wealth is spiritual. All right, I got 2 more to go. I might give y'all 8 because that's what it say in the scriptures, but let's keep rolling. We got people that need retail. So when you need locks, boxes, packing supplies, and all of that cool stuff, somebody put show me in the chat if I could show y'all. Because again, we think this stuff is like a game. I'm going to show y'all this, right? Let me show y'all this. So this right here is one of my locations, right? We got multiple locations. I'm gonna show you how I go. This is one of our locations, right? This is the exact facility that I'm breaking down. So let's say you go on this facility and you wanna rent out a unit. Cool. So you're gonna click available units, right? Once you do that, it's gonna take you to the next page. And you can rent out a unit, but guess what? Right here, it says moving supplies. So you can literally, customers gonna click this link and they can literally purchase their boxes, their locks, their bubble wrap directly from our site and it's shipped directly to their house. So they don't gotta stop at a Walmart. They don't gotta stop at a Home Depot. They don't gotta stop at a Target. They get it shipped directly to their house or they can have it shipped directly to the storage unit. We wanna provide convenience. Somebody type convenience in the chat. And this is more revenue. Can I put y'all up for some game? Do y'all know the number one, the biggest online retailer we know that revolutionized the retail industry? What's the biggest online retailer we know? Amazon. Well, what if I told you that that site is an Amazon affiliate? We just actually build a new domain page so it could match our business layout, but that's an Amazon affiliate. So we don't even have no fulfillment. It's strictly through Amazon and we get paid commissions. Keisha like, what? God damn it. What is it? He needs to stop. He needs to stop. Chalet, like, he needs to stop. I gotta elucidate this, y'all. I'm telling y'all, like, it's so much money being made. We just don't know what's going on. But we've been walking around our neighborhoods not realizing that that big apartment building is bringing in so much money. That self-storage right there, you don't even realize it, but you gonna learn today. Somebody put today in the chat. You're going to learn today. If it's on my watch, you are going to learn today. So let's keep rolling. I'm not done. So this right here is on average, we're talking about $2,500 a month. That's our commission, right? So do 2,500 times 12. What's that number? Put it in the chat. What's that number? Times 12. Let's get that number. 2,500 times 12. Where my mathematicians at? 30 grand? That's 30 grand. Oh my goodness. So now we're talking about 30 grand a year just from retail services. And then we got parking. So for people that have trucks, that have cars, that have RVs, we charge for parking. That's another $2,000 a month. Times that by 12, that's $24,000 a year. Are y'all with me? Let's do the math. So we said invest in 7 ventures. Yes, in 8. For you do not know what disaster may come upon the land. I'm gonna give y'all 8 just because I wanna make it very clear that wealth is spiritual. Do y'all believe me yet? Do y'all believe me yet? I want to make it very clear. So I'm gonna show you another business that we purchased, right? I'm gonna show you another business, and this is all stuff that you can look up. It's a real thing, right? So if you go, this is a business that we purchased, and this is one of our partnerships in our mentorship, right? When you heard Angela yesterday, right? Let me backtrack. So, yeah, so we got to update this, but basically you go on this site, we just bought this facility, right? And literally, we in the process of renovating this facility. It was mismanaged, undervalued, right? But the cool thing I like about this facility, and I want to show you this, the cool thing I like about this facility is this. Where is this at? Let's see. I want to show you the cool thing about this facility. Let's see. So we just bought this facility. This is gonna be like a crazy, like $1 million exit. But let's show y'all this, right? So this is 111 units, right? So we making money, all the strategies that I talked about. But the cool thing about it is this right here is an office space that was downstairs and we run our units remotely, right? And this is an apartment upstairs where we're turning this office space into a mailbox store. So when we think about the UPSs, the FedEx, right? Where you go and you ship off items, right? And you get your mailboxes, your virtual addresses. We're literally turning this into a mailbox store independently. That's going to bring us another 6 figures a year out of this same facility. One business. Are y'all with me on that? Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down, y'all? So let's get back to the whiteboard. That's why I'm telling you, you don't need to go and do like 50 deals. You just need one of these and it'll change everything, y'all. It'll literally change everything. I'm telling you. So let's get to the numbers now. Let's add it up, y'all. So let's add up the 288 right here. That was the annual rent. Let's add up the 17,280. Let's add up the 108. Let's add the 108. Again, for the movement, let's add 5,400 for vending. I have a 30,000 for retail and a 24,000 for parking. Can y'all give me that full number? We need to get the gross income. We need to get the gross income. 580, that's the right number? Is it 580? I'm leaning on y'all. I'm leaning on y'all to give me that number. I don't know if it's 580 or not. There we go. What's that number? Y'all added it all. Let me bring it back down for y'all so y'all can add this up. Give me the number, y'all. What's add up all of these numbers? Y'all gonna make me have to put out the calculator. I think y'all done lost count. All right, 581. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you, Natasha. Shout out to you. So cool. What we want to do now, we want to get our gross income of 581, and then we want to minus our expenses, right? So we got our gross, and then we need our expenses. Well, we typically run our facility 30 to 40% expense ratio. So it costs us nothing to add the other streams. So we're gonna run it 40% of the 288. So somebody do 40% of 288. What's that number? It takes us about 30 to 40% operating costs. So that's 288,000 times 40%. That's $115,000. Thank you, Kiara. So we're gonna minus $115,000 from this 581, right? And y'all do the math. 581 minus 115, we have $466,000 in net income. Somebody put me in the chat if you cool with almost $500,000 in net income with a business that you could actually buy today. It may take you some time to actually find that great deal, which we got you on that, but just one business can change everything. But this is where it really get cool, y'all. See, this $466,000, we want to get what is called the value of that business, right? So the way we get the value of it is we take the net operating income, which is the 466, and we're going to divide it by what is called a cap rate. So the cap rate is, let's just go with 10%, right? Somebody do the math. 466,000 divided by 10%. Somebody do the math. Where my mathematicians? Add it up. Add it up. Let's go. Not 46,000. Don't forget the percentage. Don't forget the percentage. 10%. 10% times about 100. Where y'all at with it? With my mathematicians? Where my, oh, thank you, Street. Thank you, Street. It's 4.6 million. So I literally turned an $850,000 business into a $4.6 million business. Now, this doesn't happen overnight. This may take you 2 years, 3 years to build up the relationships with the vendors and actually show the actual proof of concept. But let me know if you cool with taking an $850,000 business to 4.6 million in 2 to 3 years. Let me know. Let me know. With no money out of your pocket. No money. And guess what? Because I'm making revenue every single month, this is exactly what I did. This facility right here was making about $32,000 a month day one. My mortgage on it was $7,000. And then the operating cost another $7,000. So let's minus 14,000 from the 32,000. What's that number? I know y'all probably like, this is too many numbers, y'all. I'm ready to go to bed. It's past my bedtime. It's past my bedtime, yeah. So look, that's $18,000 a month in cash flow day one from acquiring a business before we actually increase the revenue through all of these strategies. But what I do is I don't put that money in my pocket. I take the $18,000 and what do? What do I do next? Let me know in the chat. I take the 18,000 and I go pay off that Chase credit card immediately. So within the first 6 months, that card is paid off. My credit score goes up. I get an increase, and I can go back and go get more money. Go back and get more money. Not just that, I'm gonna give y'all the last play. We're gonna close this up. See this 4.6 million in 2 to 3 years. I'll go do what is called a cash out refinance. Those of you that's in real estate, you know what I'm talking about. Boone talked about it yesterday. What's 75% of 4.6 million? Because that's what the banks will give you on a commercial refinance. Somebody do the math. Somebody do the math. Somebody do the math. What's 75% of 4.6 million? I think y'all tired now. I don't know. I think y'all tired now. Somebody do the math for me, y'all. 3.4 million. Thank you, Iris. That's 3.4 million tax-free. Then I got a minus an $850,000 loan. So I'm up over $2.4 million tax-free. Tax-free. This is why you need the information. This is why you need to stay in the rooms. This is why you need to be around people like myself, Boone and Joy, and all of the community that we've been building, because you're closer than you think. You're closer than you really think. I want to give y'all, look. So with that $2.4 million, this is literally what I do, y'all. And I'm gonna give y'all this one last thing. And y'all type show me in the chat if I can show y'all. Type show me in the chat if I can show you, because I've been showing out tonight, y'all. Like, but y'all been having a good time. I've been having a good time all week. So I'm like, let me make sure I give y'all this blueprint all the way. All right. So what I do, and if y'all been picking up what I'm putting down, where you think I'm gonna put this money? How you think I'm gonna divvy this up? How you think I'm gonna how you think I'm gonna play this? Let me know. How you think I'm playing? Let me see in the chat what y'all said. They said, give it to you. Okay, y'all been picking up what I'm putting down. I feel good. That means like I'm really educating. So what I do is put this in insurance. All right. So I want to just show y'all some of the things, like is multiple policies that we actually have and that we implement, right? So this right here, as y'all can see, I'm gonna show y'all a few, right? I think I showed some of y'all like on my webinar, right? So I literally go put the money in insurance as you see the date, right? So this is just one account. I go put the money in insurance, and then I go leverage it again and go get a life equity line of credit. Y'all know what the life equity line of credit is. I broke that down, right? It's right here, life equity line of credit. All right, not just that, right? I got another one right here. Another one right here, another 5 million. Right, so that's 10 already right there. And this is right here what we call a convertible term, right? So we get multiple. And I'm gonna show y'all one more, because I'll be here all day doing this. But again, I want you to understand that as somebody that comes from Brooklyn, somebody that lost his mom, lost his grandma, that come from poverty, welfare, food stamps, free lunch, I know what it's like to struggle. I'm no stranger to that. To be able to get to the point where I'm at tables and rooms where I'm really closing $1 million deals. I got millions in insurance. I'm going to get millions in lines of credit. I literally, like, it's so much. I just moved into a new house, y'all. And I told Boone this stuff. Boone was like, yo, this is crazy, right? It's so much high level information where, like, this right here, and again, this is just to show y'all like that it's possible. So this right here, I don't know if y'all can see it. But literally, my mortgage is a line of credit. It's called a first position HELOC. So when you understand these strategies, you don't even go get a regular mortgage. I literally went, I'm gonna give y'all this game. Because I got money in my insurance policy, I went to the bank and I showed them the money in my insurance policy, and then they was able to give me a line of credit to go buy my house. And I used the cash value out of my insurance policy, cut a check from my insurance policy as my down payment. And literally, this card is my mortgage. I can go swipe and buy and do whatever I want to do. Pay it down, pay it off. It's just crazy. But only when you have information, only when you have strategy. Somebody type strategy in the chat. But this is where strategy comes from. And I'm gonna bring it to a close, y'all, because we got our next steps call. A lot of us say we want change. If you want change, somebody put me in the chat. If you truly want change. And I want to talk to the people that really want change, not the people that just say they want change. I'm talking about you really like, yo, look, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. They done showed me what it's about for the last 4 or 5 days. Boom done broke it down. Joy done broke it down. Data done broke it down. Mogul done broke it down. I'm willing to do whatever it takes, for however long it takes to outlast that learning curve. But we say we actually want it when we really don't. Because we say we sick and tired of being sick and tired, but a lot of us not really sick and tired of being sick and tired. Because if we were sick and tired of being sick and tired, we would get mad enough about our circumstances to make a decision. See, MAD stands for make a decision. Somebody type make a decision in the chat. I got mad that my dad was going to work, struggling as a single father, and he couldn't afford to do the things that I see everybody else do. I got mad going to work, seeing somebody else tell me when I could take time off and be with my family. I got mad that I wasn't living my dream life now, because the faster you can see your dream life, the longer you get to live it. Because we can't just be so naive to think that we're going to be on the wake-up list. We can't be so naive that we just think that we got time. Are y'all with me? Can I be a little vulnerable with y'all really quick as I close? And I'm just really passionate about this because I really want everybody to understand that you are enough. You have enough. You just have to take the first step. You got to believe in yourself. And I'm hoping that you can feel the energy from me, Boone, and Joy this entire week, that we truly want you to win. But you got to meet us halfway. My dad passed away May 13, 2023. All I know is my dad. I told you my mom and my grandma passed away when I was in my teens. My dad is everything. He watched us and helped us and planted the seeds when we was young. And I remember, I always used to tell my dad this. I say, look, Dad, when I get right, I'm going to get you right. I always tell your dad, I'm going to get you that house, Dad. I'm gonna get you that Benz, because he used to give me the keys to his S550 Benz, and I used to drive around the hood and all that. And everybody used to say, oh, but I'm like, Dad, like, I'm gonna get you right when I get right. I'm just being honest with y'all really quick. And when I started making money, I had the opportunity to go buy my dad a car. I had the opportunity to go buy my dad a house. But guess what? I said, no, I'm gonna wait until I get more money. I'm gonna wait till I make another million. I'm gonna wait until like my situation like that. I kept waiting for another opportunity, and he suddenly passed away out of nowhere. So now I gotta sit with the regret that I missed the opportunity to reciprocate the love that my dad poured into me, simply because I was waiting and I was naive enough to think that I have another opportunity every single day. So we can't miss opportunities. We can't wait on things. See, wait stands for what am I thinking? You thinking about yourself. This is bigger than you. I said wealth is spiritual. I'm really gonna close with this, y'all. In Proverbs 13:22, it says, a good person leaves an inheritance for their children's children. So if you see an opportunity to change your life and do something different, and you have children, or you have a mom or dad that's still alive, and you don't take advantage of an opportunity, then you're selfish. You are not fulfilling your God's given gift and purpose. This is personal. That's why I say I'm not here by my own doing. I will never take the credit for what God has done for me. I'm just a person that's following his will. I'm just a vessel fulfilling what he has put into me to give back, and that's all I could do. So I'll bring it to a close. I know I gave y'all so much tonight. I'm gonna bring it to a close. I hope this was valuable for y'all. And if it was, I'm gonna unmute y'all really, really quick. And I need y'all to make some noise if y'all felt like this was valuable for y'all.
Yeah,
Thank you,
definitely.
man. That was great,
Very
man.
valuable.
Thank you,
Words.
thank
Oh
you.
my
Let's
God.
go, bro.
Keep
Big
it
Mogo.
for real.
Let's
Mentorship.
go.
Just love it. Take an
It's been a
offer.
blessing.
What's next?
Congratulations.
Appreciate you.
Here, in the bag, in the bag, in the bag. See you on the other
Congratulations.
side. Let's go. Come on.
Congratulations.
Get a king program.
Fire, Jim.
Thank you, my brother.
From the bottom of my heart, like I know I get all worked up because I'm really passionate, but I want to thank y'all because at the end of the day, you've been locked in with us this entire week, and you could have been anywhere in the world doing anything, and I never want to take that for granted, y'all. So I want to thank you. right? So I want y'all to understand that. Now we got to close up, and we're going to head over to our next steps call. For those of you that did apply, if you apply and you were approved, I need you to type approved in the chat. If you applied and you were approved, type approved in the chat. So you should have the Zoom link already. My team should have reached out to you. You should have got some communication, and you have the Zoom link already. If you got the Zoom link already, type got it in the chat. It's a separate Zoom because it's only for the people that was serious about taking their life to the next level and want to be a part of this partnership program that myself, Boone, and Joy put together. Got it. All right, so you got an email with the link. There we go. So we're about to shift gears. All right, people, hold on here. Hold on. I think the team is okay. If who got approved but didn't get the link? Because few people messaging me privately saying they got approved but didn't get the link. Can we text out a link, team, to the people that got approved? Can we go check the list and text out a link? What can we do? Send me a message and let me know what we can do, because I don't want nobody to miss out that actually should be a part of this opportunity. You're welcome. All right, this is what we're gonna do. Forget it. We don't got time for all that. Like, what I'm gonna do, team, just drop the link inside of the chat right now. Drop the link, team, the Zoom link, and then also drop the link in our Telegram, because that's gonna be a whole headache. We got to figure out how to fix this, right? So there go the link right there. So what I want y'all to do is click that link and just jump right over, and we're gonna put it in our Telegram as well. And this is a private call for the people that's serious and you want to hear about the opportunity to work with myself, Boone, and Joy with our new partnership program. We're gonna talk about the investment that you have to make into yourself. We're gonna talk about the duration, all the details of it, and ultimately give you this opportunity to go into 2020-26 very strong, y'all. So if y'all good with that, type good in the chat. If y'all good with that, type good in the chat. All right, I'm out of here, y'all. We gonna shift gears, and everybody that's going with us to that next level. Like I said, we only got 25 spots though, so it's very important for you to make sure that you are on this call, your first on this call. As we share this, is we cannot take everybody along with us because it's about the quality, not the quantity. I appreciate y'all. Let's go out with a bang. Let's make some noise. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Thank you for all the
Thank
information that you
you.
shared.
Can't wait to.
So
Let's
much.
go. With
Together.
you.
Valuable information. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Very
Thank you.
grateful.
Thank you.
God bless you, brother.
You're blessing, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, family.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you, brother.
Thank you.
Much success to you all.